but you don't necessarily have to do it Willie's way, although that's a great way to do it.
Well, that sort of leads into our next question, kind of like, from a film perspective, we've said now what an investor looks for and how to get financing and what an investor would why they would invest in the film. What are some components that will make a film successful? You mentioned the script is one thing, actors are one thing. Are there some key components maybe that you think are vital to a film and a film's success? I'll open it up for anyone.
It's certainly the script. I mean, if you're not a storyteller, you're not going to be a good filmmaker. I think a lot of people come in and they're not great storytellers, and and I mean you can work on that, but I think you kind of have to be somewhat of a natural, or find somebody who's a natural, who's passionate about telling a story, somebody who can tell you a story. And I judge people, other filmmakers when I'm around them and have lunch with people. Some people I've known for years have never told me a story. I'm thinking, you're a filmmaker, and I want to hear some stories. I want to hear some stuff. I want to know about the human condition and all these things. And so, as a filmmaker, you've got to be a storyteller. And so, the story is key in all this, and then being prepared. I mean, when we went into our film, David Tankers is my co-writer, co-producer, sitting right back here. We went in, and even though I've done this a lot, I was, out of fear, I made sure that we did a month's worth of table reads, 3 weeks of rehearsals. We talked to everybody. I mean, everything, every shot was planned, and because I had heard from so many people that on sets around here, people go crazy, people run around cussing people out and stuff. I thought, not what I want to do. This is not how we want to operate. So I just think the preparation that you can do will make this successful.
I would also say that you need to know what your audience is for a particular, for whatever genre that you are trying to work in. It should be something that should be basically recognizable in one way, shape, or another. And you must know your audience. I'm Latino. My company, much of what we do is predicated on the Latino market, which is a burgeoning market. I see a lot of African Americans here. That's a huge market. I'll give you an example. Master P. I worked with Master P on his first couple of films. Master P, brother from Algiers, from Louisiana. He's a rapper. Did no film from anything, but he knew his market. He did the mom and pop route. He did the mixtapes, all this stuff. And most filmmakers don't even know who Master P is. That brother is worth nearly $500 million today, because he went to all the mom and pop black markets and in the ghetto and wherever he had you, wherever that market was. And are these films big artistic successes? No. I've seen several and worked on 2 of them. They're not great, but he understood his audience. And when you understood your audience, regardless of what the critics say, you have a good chance of recouping the investment in your film and getting your film made in the first place. Doesn't matter what the genre is, doesn't matter if you're black, white, Latino, what have you, but though that is a crucial component of understanding how to make money and get a film done is knowing your audience.
I am absolutely not a filmmaker here, but from a business point of view, I want to step back a second and say that that I've had people, filmmakers, who come to my office, even something as simple without basic budgets, and asking me, how do I raise money? So, just getting away from the filmmaking part of it, but going back to preparation, if you can't come to me before you go to an investor without having a budget, then I don't look at you really as being professional yet to go out and raise money. So that is just key. So,
while you're on that subject, they should, depending on the kind of, there's many different kinds of investments that you have to understand and get involved in. There's a lot of ways you can do it: lending, distribution, finance. There's all kinds of ways to finance a film, and depending on the kind of financial way, now your business plan is crucial with an executive summary. And once you get that far and you've got people interested in business, sometimes an investment will help, depending on who you're dealing with.
From my perspective, how you finance the deal, what the structure of the recoupment is, the distribution model is critical. We're producers first, but truth be told, we're really more investors. We're producers only by defense of our capital that we get the films. If I don't have the right deal in place, if I don't know that I get to recoup my capital before anybody else does out of the domestic revenue, then that's a non-starter. It is
First in, first out.
absolutely last in, first out.
Yeah, last in, first out. That's right.
You're funding the
That's right.
budget.
Last in, first out.
The second thing is my business partner who dragged me into this a while back, 18 months ago, funded a movie because his son fell in love with the script. Okay? A producer and a director showed up at his door and says, "This is going to be the best film of 2009. Guaranteed." And they had no actors. They had no distribution. But they had a director, first-time director, and a producer who had produced music videos so far. And they funded the entire film, the entire budget of the film. Not even the net budget, minus the tax incentives. They funded the whole budget up front. And based on funding budget, got some good actors. Got Zoe Saldana on it, got Dermot, anyway, the film turned out, they got the director's cut, and it was embarrassing to look at. No distributor would touch the film. And the whole point was that they went after it completely backwards. And the financiers went into the film completely blind. And so from both perspectives, you have dog-eat-pig-eat money, right? You have to go about it in a systematic manner. And then, as an investor, you have to know what you're getting into, and you have to have some predictability before you put your money.
Can I ask you, what was the budget for that film?
It was an $8 million budget.
So who would
Ludicrous!
Who would give $8 million to somebody who's not done it?
Yeah,
It's kind of
first-time
abstract.
director,
Yeah.
but it was Christopher Landon's son,
Okay.
or Michael Landon's son, Christopher Landon.
Okay, yeah.
But
Osmosis
it was
work.
what it was.
Yeah, right.
What it was a really rich guy
Yeah, right.
whose son actually decided to do something.
Did he put all the money up?
Well, did it hurt him?
Then, no, we got
It hurt him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, if you get hurt, then that's a problem, but
That's a problem.
some people could give $8 million and would hurt.
Well,
Yeah.
People want to know who that person is.
Yeah, right, who is that person? Right.
hurt any million.
Yeah, I'm not sure.